This LEGO Fire Station MOC has over 11,000 pieces, weighs over 30 pounds, and has a whole bunch of stuff in the interior. So let's talk with the creator and get some insight on how it was made. So this is the creator of the fire station here. This is Aiden. Say hello, Aiden.
Hi, Aiden.
He's a funny guy. All right, so you want to explain a little bit where this is from? What was the inspiration?
So this is a fire station from the game Warzone, the 2019 version of Warzone, the Verdansk map. Very popular map. A lot of people know it. I got the inspiration because I just absolutely love this building. There's a lot of iconic buildings from that game, at least personally for me. This one was my favorite. I camped in here all the time. And specifically, you can see there's a number 74 on there. And right around here, you can see the number 74. That's the one exclusive to the dam location on the map. And that's where I always dropped and would sit in for the entire match until I died.
All right, so let's show off the corner of the map here first.
So first off, there's a couple characters like this around. They're custom characters. They're actual Lego pieces, but the extra, like the gun, the shield, the armor, that's all custom printed. It's by Build Better Bricks, and there's a couple of them scattered throughout. I think they represented the game very well. I thought they were kind of funny. This is a little creation of the ATV. One of my favorite vehicles. I got more kills with this than anything else in the entire game because I was really bad at the game and I was really good with that vehicle. And then moving around the front here, you can see the doors, and I made them closable, but in the game they are not closable. They're just kind of laid open like that. And I managed to get it 3 plates wide so I could get this detail on the front and the back, as you can see here. I've got some of the grates up here, and you can see there's an entire interior as well, which you guys will see later.
All right, so then as we come around this corner here, it looks like we got a lot of 6x6 plates here, so I imagine that was a pretty penny to get all of those?
Oh yeah, that definitely drove up the price of this entire thing. But it makes it definitely look clean. I like the studs on top technique that LEGO uses with the sets. It looks nice, but I think for my own creations, I like to keep it nice and smooth with the snot technique. And then at the bottom, you can notice that I actually used 2 plates of bricks on top of a base plate. I definitely learned not to use that for future MOCs, as it definitely warps the base plates up. But with the weight of this thing, it definitely presses it back down.
Yeah, because it was 30 pounds, right?
Yeah, around there. And then on the sides, I added some minuscule details, nothing much, just enough to add it, to make it have some depth. I added some air conditioning units. I added the rims for each floor. I added the number 74 I mentioned earlier. And then I added some cameras, graffiti, little electricity boxes. And then there's a few doors in the back and a few windows that we'll go into more detail when we look at the interior.
And so then what do we have up here on the roof?
So up here on the roof is a little self-revive kit. If you play the game, you know that it looks like. I tried my best to do justice to the in-game items with Legos. I've got a little trap door. Now I made it so it can close, but in the game it does not close. It just kind of stays there, and I'm breaking it, so that's wonderful.
I imagine we're going to break a lot of things looking at the interior.
Oh yeah.
It is 11,000 pieces, so.
Yeah, it is a lot. It definitely came apart a lot. I definitely had to redo.
We were reassembling it as we were getting ready for this video here, so.
Yeah, I reassembled a lot as I'm going through my own instructions that I made. There's a few details that I noticed in the game. Funny story about this wire is I actually didn't get to put this wire on until I think 2 months after I actually completed this, because I needed this for an order where I didn't get this in. It was forgotten to be put in there, so I had to take it from here, and I finally completed it 2 months actually.
That was your last piece?
Yeah, that was my last piece on there. And then down here, you can see I've got a couple windows closed off, just something in the game. And then I always found a reason to secure the base plates together. So this wall is actually one whole piece, very sturdy piece. Great, not a great lightsaber. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it would combat well against his brick build. Yeah, your Lego lightsaber. And then in the back here, I've got blends in perfectly. Little armor plate. If you played the game, you know exactly what that is. I actually haven't played one of the recent games, so I don't know if those are still in there.
You keep saying if you played the game because you know I did not play the game.
And then back here is this thing. Don't know what that is, but it was on the roof. And then you'll see a couple of these scattered through. These are little chests. They'll hold a couple things. Once again, these are from Build Better Bricks. And the chests actually close all the way too. And I just keep them kind of stuffed as they're usually full of something in the game.
So next we're gonna, now that we got a good look at the exterior of the building, we're gonna take a look inside the first room here, inside the garage here. So we're gonna take this roof off.
Yeah, this is a giant roof. This took me probably at least 3 days to design and tweak to make sure it all went together. You can see it is one total piece, and it fits nicely on these 2 hinge plates, so I can take it off without much
Trouble?
restraint. Yeah. Let's take both those off. So the first thing I want you to notice about the inside before we go into the garage and the vehicles is this rafter portion. This is a big part of the garage in the game if you look up, but it's nothing too specific to gameplay. You wouldn't really notice it if you weren't looking for it, but I think it was very important when I was in the garage. It's something that stood out, and it took a long time to design, and it is very unstable.
A little fragile.
Yes,
When we were
break
putting
it
it
every
together for
time.
the video, it was taking a bit.
Yeah, it fell apart at least 4 times. But it looks great when it's put up. It fits nicely in there. You got some lights on there. Some of them are on and some of them are off.
Oh, is that what the white 1x4s are?
It's supposed to signify that
Oh,
it's
okay.
on.
I see.
Best I can do.
Yeah, no, that works. All right, so now we're going to attempt to take the rafters out of the garage so you can see the rest. It is a little finicky, but we're gonna try it.
All right, scalpel.
Yeah.
Let's
Brick
see
separator
here.
would be the proper term.
I've got a couple of them in here, but they're hidden somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, Easter egg, maybe. Yep, it's already falling apart. I can see it. Luckily, this thing's the same size, so it just sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like, what is that board game, Break the Ice?
Yes.
It starts sliding down.
Yeah, just do. That would honestly get it off better than what I'm doing right now. Let's see here. All right, and there we go. Oh my gosh.
That actually...
Oh my God. Oh, there we go.
I mean, that wasn't too bad. That was not too bad. All right, so we successfully got the rafters out here. So now we're gonna take a look at these columns here.
Somehow, that was the easiest I've had taking that off. But as you can see, these columns are 2 pieces in total. They don't look like Legos particularly. They look very old at least.
I was gonna say, this is the first time I've ever seen a piece like this.
So this is actually the second iteration of what I had going on in here. I had one that had cross hatches going all the way through it. It looked absolutely wonderful. And it was from the theme Jackstone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's an old theme and not a lot of people had them. So I think there were 18 in the world and I needed 18 and they were all from different countries and different people on Bricklink. So it would have cost me probably $300 just to get those pieces and shipping prices. So I went with a more common one, which still does the job for me. I love them very much. But let's look at what else is in here.
Okay.
So we'll start off with the obvious things, the cars. So the first up, I have the TAC Rover. This was a fun build. You can also see I have a guy in there. I'll explain that in a second. It broke a little bit, but you can see I have the TAC Rover here. It's not my best work. I mean, this is the first thing I've ever really made on Studio that was massive. So I'm pretty proud of my car build.
Set it here. I can get
Yeah,
close to what.
it rolls. It's got these, I don't know what they are. It's got a little bag on the back, some storage, and it's got a spot for 4 people. And then you can see the front. It kind of looks like the TAC Rover. I had fun.
I like how you tilted the tiles on there.
Yeah, the headlights were kind of tilted that way, and that was the best I could do. But designing this in Studio, I actually couldn't get these bars to attach to each other just because the angles had to be that precise, so I just left them hanging out, and then I knew I would attach it when I got it in person. But this was my most interesting thing to build. I especially like the microphone use for the gear shift in there. That was a fun one. But yeah, I really like my TAC Rover. I'm proud of it, even though it doesn't look the best. And then the next vehicle we have is Big Bertha herself. This is the big truck that was in the game. This thing was a beast, drove very slow, but was very high health, and everyone used it. It had 1 seat in it, but everyone stood in the back, and due to the game being glitchy, everyone just always fell out. I always fell out of this thing. I never stayed in this thing. But when I was actually making this, I had to go back into co-op through the Modern Warfare 2019 game, not Warzone, because Warzone moved on to Warzone 2 when I started making this. So, and they also removed this truck because it was too overpowered. I think it was some glitch with it. So I had to find videos and pictures online. Yeah, I had to search all throughout YouTube to find a nice photo of this. And I think this turned out absolutely well. I had a blast designing this. I'm not good with cars, I'm good with buildings. And this was a fun thing too. It was a fun challenge, and getting all these little angles inside the back lights, everything about it. It was fun.
I mean, it looks like something you would see in like a Lego City set or something. So
Yeah, if you made it a little bit more colorful.
yeah, like a flatbed truck or something. So
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. The doors were supposed to open. I wasn't thinking when I was making it that they would be in there shut, but they actually do open. They got the hinges. But yeah, there's a little interior. I can pull open that. I've got a place for a character to sit. I don't think I can get him in there, but we can
with all that
certainly
armor
try.
on there, maybe not. Oh no, I guess yeah, if you pick that one.
Yeah, he kind of goes in there. The roof will not go on. That I learned the hard way when I built it. But
The head's just a little bit in the way.
yeah, and then to explain the character, when I make the model, this entire thing, I have to have a character for reference because this thing is minifigure scale. I went through and took all the measurements in game with the pinging system. And this was my character model that I kept throughout the entire build. So I thought, why not just keep him in there? Why not have the first thing
For
that I put
sentiment.
in there? Yeah, a little sentimental value.
Nice. And now that we got the cars out of the garage, what else is in the garage?
So there's a lot of little details. There's this door in the game that goes absolutely nowhere. I have nothing behind there. It's actually just storage for a couple things I need to take off, like these columns up here. I've got a few details like cones, fire extinguishers. It's a fire station, first of all. Some little warning
Like caution
pillars,
cones,
yeah,
pillars?
whatever they're called. And then, as you can see, I got another chest in here that holds a couple things, that holds some more weapons. I got a lot of weapons from Build Better Bricks. I think it was 15 bucks for like 30 of them or something. It was good. And then this thing right here, this is a well-known item from the game. This is the buy station. It pops up like that when you first used it, but can actually close down for when it's been unused. And then when you first use it, it pops open. You can buy stuff in it, especially self-revive kits. That was the only thing I ever bought from there. And then there's a few other things on the ground that I have in there. There's some more armor, as you can
Let me
see.
come around this way.
Yeah, it's coming around there. I have some more armor right here. I've got a few ammo things you can pick up. I can't remember what they are now, but a few things you would find on the ground. And then I've got some just storage racks I used. They were the same build, but I put a little crate in that one. I don't know if you can see. Not that impressive. And then, I don't know if you can get the camera over here.
Yeah.
And see, I actually do have fire poles in there. They're in the game. This was fun to do. It was, I think, pearl gold. Big long poles. They're bendy.
Tubes, yeah,
they're
bendy
they're
tubes.
bendy tubes. They're fun to. They're actually nice to work with because I can bend them into place on the top, up where they actually connect to the roof. They actually connect to the roof up there.
All right, so now we're gonna take a look at, what is this, the tower?
Yeah,
of
the
fire
watchtower.
station? Watchtower, okay.
The most. If you played the game, it's the most iconic location of this building, at least.
I'm sure a lot of people would camp or snipe in this building.
Oh yeah. Oh, especially me. I'm the sniper. I'm the sniper of the duo
Okay.
or the quad, whatever we played. There's not much detail. It's just a little fun roof. A lot of red pieces. Very expensive with this dark red.
Dark red, yeah.
A little light in there, but that's pretty much about it. It just makes the height. It's the stand out center.
And then I see you did the whole flat tiles with a couple studs to connect it just enough.
Yeah, this whole thing is modular, and you'll see how I did that in a little bit. But I'll take this off so we can get a better view in there. So I have a little Molotov in there. That's the best I could do. There's
I
this
mean, it
little
looks good with the towel coming out of there with the feather piece.
Yeah, I thought it looked fun. It was a fun build to make. And then I got a chest in there as well. There's plenty of them in there. This table usually spawned one, but sometimes it didn't. That's why I made them also a little bit modular, so they didn't just stick on there and stay there. So I could swap them around if I wanted to do different setups and stuff. And then this came off that. And then I made these two sections here. These come off quite a bit, but they do their part. Oh gosh, let's get this off. There we go. So this comes apart in two sections. They're the same. It was fun trying to get the color.
Are they like completely identical?
Yeah, they're completely identical. The only thing different
It's
is
the 74?
the 74 on that one,
Gotcha.
which in studio I had
And
to
that
do.
pops off too, right?
That does pop off.
Yeah.
I made everything easily modular, so I could take this apart and store it thinly if I wanted to.
Sure.
But I had a hard time actually designing this so it would be gray completely on the inside, like it is in the actual build, and then tan on the outside. It had to blend well. So it was a lot of trial and error, and this actually took quite a bit to design. And I've got ladders actually going all the way through, So it connects all the way to the bottom. You can see there's the next section. This is part of a floor too. I don't think I have that ladder. I can't really stick that up here. Let me see. There we go. Ah!
There you go.
And it goes all the way down. So you can recreate the famous scene of when you fall down and die because you can't grab the ladder. I know everyone who's played this game has experienced that in this tower, dying to that fall. I know I have
He keeps
too many
telling
times.
me like I haven't played Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty.
But yeah, let's dive straight into the interior. So I know a lot of fans of this game, especially the old Warzone, know what's coming in here. They know I got the full interior. Now I have a bunch of pipes up top here as well. So I gotta take this off in a certain way. That was not the correct way to do it. And then as you can see on the bottom of these, I do have, so this is where I hold the fire poles. The bottom of this, I have lights. So I did actually look at the lights in game and try and create them. It's great for putting down because there's no direction I can put that down. That makes it easy where they don't fall off. And then this one also has a few different lights. Nothing dropped. Nothing dropped. Nothing dropped. So as you can see, we got the entire interior in here. So let's start where you enter. So you do have the classic staircase coming up with the little missing rail there. I would usually camp right in this back corner right here. So I could see every location. I could see
Dirty
here.
little camper.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, you guys hated me when I was playing, except for I wasn't good. You would have just killed me anyways. But when I played Warzone Souls, it's a horror game. And hiding in here was scary, especially with the noises playing.
Can you go up the fire poles as a player, or?
Unfortunately, you can go down. You can
Can't
fall
go up.
down, which I did plenty of times, but you can't go up.
Okay.
So that was good. But this is the staircase that enters in from the armory. This window goes out into the back, and it does open like they do kind of break in the games. You can't really make breakable glass out of Legos unless you want to go big scale. But I got a lot of details. I've got the weight bench. I've got some lights, warnings, some electrical things. I've got a fun painting. I've got the barred off door, which, as you can see, goes into absolutely nothing. I was going to make an office in there, but I decided not to. It was going to be too many extra pieces, would have driven up the price a little bit more.
Which you've already paid how much for this?
So the Bricklink says it was $2,300. I promise, I didn't pay that much. I'm not that crazy.
He's coping right now.
With Bricklink, you can get some deals. The Pick-a-Brick wall obviously got me pretty much all the tiling of the interior floors, which you'll see later on the bottom level. Pick-a-Brick definitely helped with these big tan pieces, so I got a good discount on it. I think I got it down to about $1,000, which was nice. And Studio always overestimates how much stuff is. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Like I said, I got the weight bench. I've got a few collectibles on the ground. I've got the armor box. Looks so much like the armor box, not a 2x3 with a tile on top. I got that. I think that was shotgun ammo. It was in a circle. Little something. An armor, another armor plate, some more ammo, money, because there's money you can find on the ground. I got this guy. This guy's got everything going on. I put every single gun I could find. He's got a little belt. This is a fun character. The Build Better Bricks was a great place to find.
Well, you ain't getting any of
characters.
this stuff through Lego, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think they reprinted the legs and the torso, and I think the head is. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
that's a Lego head, right?
That is a Lego head, or at least reprinted one, but everything else is custom printed.
I think I actually remember that head in, it was like the Knights Kingdom sets or something. I remember that being one of those guys.
Yeah, it is an
I'm pretty
old
sure
head.
That's what that is. At least that's what I remember.
He's
from.
gone a long way from knighthood.
Yeah.
But I'll take him out for the time being. I've got the kitchen area over here. This was fun. These were all pretty modular. I made everything modular. Everything was modular, so it could be repeated and put on easily. I don't know what fell there.
I just knocked this over.
Are you knocking down my build?
I'm trying to get in here to see everything.
Yeah, I got cupboards. I got a fun little microwave. This is an actual Lego piece, but it looks like a cup of beer, which I thought was funny. This knocked over table, which I think is Scooter Roundable in the game. And then also in here, and I don't know how it got in here, and it's not cooperating with me, a little soccer ball.
Oh, nice.
Everyone knows that you could go on the ground.
Soccer ball you could kick around.
Yeah, you could walk around and punch it and just go whee. You got a
What
fun.
was the sound it made?
Yeah, that whee.
Yeah.
That's the sound it made in game. Fans of Call of Duty would know that was the sound the soccer ball made.
Yeah.
Got a little radiator, which was fun to design. I had a fun time with that. I'm really very proud of that build.
That's a good use of pieces for the radiator.
Fun little couch. There's a rug under there, but there's a little studs to hold this on. And I put that on wrong. You can angle it a little bit too. A little garbage can, a little plant. And then we'll go on to this next room here. So this is, I think, like the bedroom, the quarters. This was a fun room to design. I'm not in here much in the game. This is a bad place to be. You can only get out through
Kind of
this.
just seems like a dead end.
Yeah, there is a ladder up to the trapdoor that I pointed out earlier, but that was really your only way out, and if you're being chased, you're not getting up that ladder in time. So this is not a place you spend a lot of time in, but it was a fun room to be in. I designed these little cupboards. It held some materials, and hold these torsos in there as well. Of course, I made it so you can take it off easily and look at it. And then, oh my gosh, I'm breaking it. I promise
So you
it
got mad
holds
at me
together.
for breaking the girder there, and now
I
you're
know.
making it worse.
I promise it holds together well. But I've got
This guy doesn't know what he's doing.
I got the fun beds in there. They look very comfortable. You know, I love the metal railings and no pillows. It was in the game. It was just a mattress. But I used the mattress so you can actually take it off very easily and swap it around if you really wanted to. I don't know what difference that would make. They're the same build either way. The bed was fun to design with the little lamp pieces for,
Oh, the wheels?
yeah, the wheels. And then these for the headboard and the footboard, whatever you call it. And then there's some mattresses leaning against the side there. I got another dude in here. This guy probably
I
looked.
recognize the ATST driver face.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's like a like a little bit General Veers looking guy.
I remember I had that set as a kid with the ATST driver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I never noticed that. But yeah, this is fun. This looked most like a character from this game, I think, in my opinion.
Is he holding a grenade or something?
Yeah, he's holding, I think, a thermite.
I totally knew what that was.
I don't know why. There's no one else in the building, but you know, he's on edge. All these windows back here, I don't know if you can see, they open. And in the game, you could probably drive something up on this side here and hop in there. That's why this place was the worst room to be in, because you can be ambushed from here, here, and up here if you happen to be trapped in there. And then back here, I've got another boarded off room. And then I've got some storage here. And the board off room goes absolutely nothing. That's where I hid the brick separators to get stuff apart when I need it.
All right, so finally we're gonna take a look at the bottom floor here, which has a couple more rooms in store for us. So what do we got up front here?
So this is kind of the reception area. So these are the front doors, and they actually do close. I got this guy too, by the way. I thought he looked pretty close to the in-game skins as well. And then these doors actually do close kind of well. They're a tight fit, but they do snap close. They're nice, but they're usually open in the game. Left blasted open. And then you can see I've got the reception desk here. Funny story about this, I designed this in Studio, and I thought it was a great iteration of what was in game. And I'm building it, and I realize none of this actually connects together. So I had to kind of design it in person when I had it, and luckily it landed on these nice pieces, so it could stand up all together. But it was a fun little challenge of that. And then I'm very proud of my little
Rolling desk chair.
rolling desk chair. It's
I
got
know
the-
that was one of my favorite things that I saw when you showed me was with the microphone pieces as the wheels. I love that.
Yeah, it was a fun thing to design, and that was like one of the first things I had an idea for. This is the first section I built, was this
I was gonna say,
area.
you're telling me this whole 11,000 piece set that cost you $1,000 stemmed from this single chair?
Yeah, this bottom pin
If
right
that
there,
isn't a Lego fan, I don't know what is.
this bottom pin was $3,000 alone.
Okay.
As you can see, I have another chest there. I've got, I think this is rocket ammo. You got a little knife, you can find those on the ground. You got some more guns laying on the ground, some more ammo here. But we'll go into this hallway next. I've got 2 more doorways. Got some in the back here. I got some that go into the garage as well. And then here's the bottom portion of the ladder. Everyone recognizes that spot because that's where you'd be laying after you dropped at the bottom. One of the biggest things I liked about the ladder is the connectability. Same thing with the staircase right here. I like all the Lego sets that Lego produces, but one thing I wish they would do is add more connectability through like staircases or ladders.
Like
so you could
continuity between floors.
Yeah, so you get to the second floor. So that's why I really had an emphasis on building that. That took a long time to design, especially this nice railing that goes up
Kind of
there.
reminds me of the build they had in the Sanctum Sanctorum a little bit.
It looks very much like
But
it.
like better.
I actually used inspiration from that to create this railway, which was a fun thing to design, and it comes off pretty easily. There's just a little hinge on the bottom. And then finally, the last room I want to show you is the equipment room. I call it the armory. I don't know why, it's a fire station. But I've got another chest, and this is a legendary chest. I actually pulled this off, if you can see. I think I pulled it off right there. You might have seen it in the first clip, but that shows the modularity. You can switch those around if you want a more rare chest here. But this would usually spawn with tons of weapons. That's why I have all of them packed in there. And then I've got a few extra guns and knives in there on the ground.
You got a lightsaber. So it was a Jedi in here or something?
Oh yeah, that's the special crossover that I wish happened. That would have been awesome. These were fun to design. So I don't quite know what they are. I think they're just equipment racks. But
It's like a gun rack of some kind.
yeah, and I had to build a lot of these. So there was a lot of these red pieces that I got in the mail. It was fun to go through all those, and putting those on the top there was not easy. It was a fun challenge, but the work paid off. It looks absolutely spectacular.
And then next to those two rooms there, it looks like we also have a room for storage for those columns you had in the garage here.
Yeah, so I like to use these little boarded up rooms as storage. As you can see what I did in some previous ones, I know this room right here had some storage for the brick separators. And I thought this would be it fit perfectly with these columns that I had scattered all throughout here. Another thing I wanted to show was the modularity of this. So I mentioned a lot of times that this is modular. As you can see, we took all the rooms off, all the other floors off. That comes off, and then all of these are 4 separate 48 by 48 base plates. That gives you a nice size of this thing.
So 96 by 96.
96 by 96. So all of these pop off into different quadrants. And then with this one, it actually locks up, so I have to take up, or if it didn't break, take off this section right here, and then I have to take off this tile, these 2 equipment racks, and this one right here. And that kind of locks this section in together, because I think these 2 plates warp the most, and then they come apart like that. And that makes it way easier for traveling. And with those interlocking, the whole thing fits perfectly together and does not come apart when it's put together.
All right, so now that we've gotten a good look at the entirety of your fire station here, is there any other Call of Duty map that you'd want to make?
Absolutely. There's a couple of very iconic buildings. This is the first one I made because I absolutely love this one, but there's a couple others. I'm between 2. I'm either going to make the air traffic control tower. If you played Warzone, you know exactly what that is.
He keeps talking to me like I ain't played Warzone.
I don't think you did.
No, I haven't.
It was a very campy spot. That's why I love to make it. I hated it. I wasn't that person that was sitting up there. I hate it as much as the next person, but it was fun to go up there and hang around up there if I need to get on top of something else. Or I want to make the big building from downtown, the very tall building, and make it minifigure scale. And I think at minifigure scale,
Would it be bigger than this?
oh, absolutely. This is 2 floors. I think that's 13 floors.
Oh my God.
That would probably be around, I'd say that tall, honestly.
It's gonna make my
I wanna
daily
make
bugle back there look tiny.
Oh, we're gonna dwarf everything over there.
So if you guys enjoyed Aiden's Fire Station mock here, of course let us know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for a future Call of Duty map that you might want to see him build, of course drop those below as well. He's also going to be supplying me with the instructions for this build, so if you guys want to check those out, that will be in the description as well.
The instructions are not perfect. The build was obviously had its flaws, though not too many. So feel free to improve upon the instructions in the build as you wish. And don't forget to subscribe.
This guy gets it.
And do not forget to
Subscribe? Don't forget to subscribe.